Hey, what's up YouTube? I'm here with a guide video. How to boot Behemoth with all the weapons available. Currently on patch 1.10 we have 7 weapons. Namely War Pikes, Aether Striker, Axe, Sword, Hammer, and Chainblade. And also repeaters. Don't forget about that one. So what else? Let's roll the clip. Let's get to it and enjoy the video. So first up, what is booping or interrupt? It is basically stopping the behemoth in its track, thus giving you time to free hit. Keep in mind, there's indication on when you can boop certain behemoths. So how to tell if the behemoths are interruptible? Easy! You'll be able to recognize a chance to boop by an on-screen UI hint. It's the 5 red lines above the head. For some, it is very easy to see. But for now, I'll just say keep an eye out on these lines when you see me booping in this video. Let's start with the axe and its special, the Grim Onslaught, also known as the Yeet. With this one, it's fairly easy to execute. Just press your special button and yeet it. You'll get the behemoth down easy. We also have the heavy, but with this one I feel like it's fairly self-explanatory. You just have to press the heavy button, or obviously you could also charge it to boop the behemoth, but that's about it. There's also the dodge light, which is dodging into a light attack, but keep in mind with this one, you have to be facing the behemoth because all you're doing is just stabbing the axe straight forward. And now we have the sword, and its special, the Avenging Overdrive. The Avenging Overdrive is a parry attack in itself, so you'd have to have the boot run into you to be able to pull it off. I don't mean running into you, obviously that would trade, so you'd have to press your special button before he hits you to be able to pull the boot off. And then we have the second special, which is called Ardent Cyclone. Ardent Cyclone is obviously the spinning move like Beyblade, but we don't need that bit, we need the second bit of it, the Whiplash. The Whiplash, you just have to press your special button once again to be able to pull it off, and you should be able to get the boop down. There's also the dodge light with the sword. You could dodge in any direction and have the attack facing him to pull it off, and obviously there's also the heavy. With the heavy, you could do a dodge heavy or just a standing heavy to get the boop down. The third weapon is a hammer. Let's start with Concussive Salvo. Concussive Salvo is a special for the hammer, but you have to use it by tapping your heavy attack, or you could also charge it up. Keep in mind you have to have an ammo charged up or else it won't work and you won't be able to boot. Then we have the Evasive Blast. Evasive Blast is just a fancier way of booping with the hammer. To perform it, you'd have to quickly double tap your special button. You could stand still or be moving. Just keep in mind, this will take a bit of practice. And now we have the poking weapon, War Pike. Starting with Concussive Payload. So with Concussive Payload, you'd have to pass certain meter threshold to be able to shoot and boop with your special. But the more potent it is, the more damage it does. Keep in mind, you'd have to press and hold your special to be able to shoot your ammo out. And now we have Reckless Leap. Reckless Leap is a special that could be bought off Lady Luck shop. That's how you attain it. But just like the name sound, it is very difficult to pull off. A lot of the time you would trade, which is why you need a lot of practice on it. So give it a shot, give it a try. Maybe you could pull off a successful boot, but something very funny could happen here and there. So maybe you'd enjoy it. Try it out. It is a fun special. We have also the Dodge Light. The Dodge Light is basically a dodging into a poking attack. This is fairly easy to do with a long reach. And obviously we also have the heavy. So the heavy could be done by standing heavy or a rolling into a heavy attack. Both of it would do the job in the booping. And now we have the chain blades. We'll start with the specials, Reaper's Dance. This could be done by tapping your special button into a light attack for a quick dash. The special into a heavy also works, just that it's more difficult to land unless the behemoth isn't moving like Quillshot, Valamir, and Koshai. Then we have the dash light attack. This is one of the best way to boop in. The dash into light attack have an iframe or an invisible frame, which means you won't likely trade. This one is a bit of a special case. Wasted Strike is a sell perk and you need it to be +6 to be able to pull it off, and that in itself already takes a lot of damage potential from you. But do it for fun maybe, give it a try. The way to pull this off is just by doing heavy attack on the CV. Since it is a ranged attack, it will keep you fairly safe. But obviously you do need to practice with this one, because even me myself traded a couple of times when I was trying to do this. And now the Aether Strikers. We'll start with Spirit Barrage. So Spirit Barrage is the light heavy combo. Both the first, which is the flurries of attacks, and the second heavy can boop. This moveset will propel you forward and you might trade if it isn't timed well. Karma Breaker. Karma Breaker is the second mantra on the Strikers. You could pull this off by holding down the special button. Keep in mind, you're likely to trade if it isn't timed properly. Titan's Crash. It is a special for the Aether Strikers, but you'd have to get all 3 combos to make this active. I don't know about you guys, but for me, this is very satisfying to pull off. Last but not least, Heavy. Once again, you could do a dodge heavy, or a standing heavy, or a jumping heavy. All of them works. The last weapon that we have, Repeaters. There isn't a lot of ways to boop other than Sabotier's Grip. It is a mine that you can throw in front of you. Press the heavy button to throw this out, but you must be empowered to pull this off straight off. You could be not empowered, but you'd have to shoot the mine yourself to be able to pull the boop off. We also have the Weighted Strike. You can only pull this off by using Weighted Strike +6 and also Salvo Chamber, which is why not a lot of people know about it. It's really not the best. So, what do you all think? Leave a comment down below telling me what I need to improve on or what I should do next. If you find this video useful, leave a like. Also, subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on the notification bell. But for now, Ami's out. Peace!